Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're on YouTube, welcome to Life of Spirit, where I just give you tips and daily useful practices that you can incorporate into your daily life to live life from a very high vibrational state. And if you're on Facebook, welcome to Herb Speaks. Here on Facebook, I talk to audiences that are interested in connecting with themselves, connecting with nature, speaking with nature spirits, speaking with the energies around them to be able to live a more balanced journey on this earth with the cooperation of earth spirits. And you are welcome. Now, this is a continuation of the tools that I am giving for our daily practice in our life of spirit and in our life to connect with nature spirits. I talked about journaling briefly, but I did not give any journal prompts. Now in this video I will be talking a little bit more about journaling, how important it is, why we should journal, and what journal prompts I think we should be able to start with, and we can go from there and do deeper research into the art of journaling. Now we first of all, let's clarify what journaling is. First of all, let's talk about what it is not. This is not a diary, a keepsake, a family heirloom. This is something you're doing to have insider information about yourself as you are living your daily life. There are different kinds of journaling. There are people that journal using visual prompts, verbal prompts, or people that journal about their day so that they can go back and look at it. But the end of all of it, you should be able to look at your journal and say, what have I learned? What have I learned will give you insight into your behaviors, your choices, and why you are making that choice. Questions like, why do I always choose the wrong type of people in relationships? If you keep a more introspective look at yourself instead of externalizing the problem, you may see that maybe you had an absentee dad, and then you're always choosing someone like your dad, and you end up he's not available. You keep choosing men that are not available for relationships. Or you just have poor choices. You cannot tell when someone is lying to you, and then you rely on outside feedback to make decisions. Now, taking journaling, you can start to see, oh, these are the pattern of the men. They always tell me they're busy. They don't tell me their real names. They're not accountable. They take forever to reply to messages. You can start to notice certain red flags, and then you can make the decision after that whether you want to invest into this relationship where someone is not available, or you can make another choice. Now, this is something journaling does for you, and I am aware that in my community some people cannot read and write, and journaling is still for you, but you have to use other alternatives like a voice note. Use voice notes to answer these questions, and then take a better look at why these things keep happening. Now, I was meditating one day and Spirit said to me, Uchenna, nothing is happening to you. Nothing is happening to you. Spirit was trying to get me out of that mental state where I thought these external forces was happening to me, to understand how I was unconsciously creating and perpetuating these cycles by participating mindlessly to the ongoing continuation of it. If I kept finding myself in a certain situation, instead of externalizing the problem and saying they are doing this to me, I start to look at myself and say, how did I subconsciously in how I talk to myself, or consciously in how I talk to myself, make decisions that somehow put me in this place at this time for these people to be available to do XYZ. That's how I'm starting to look at the process. And I'm talking of adults, because I know that someone might say, what about children? Because children unfortunately are affected by what their parents are doing, because they're not totally independent to start taking those steps themselves. So unless the parent comes to full realization that I keep bringing these men into my children's life that abuse them, which is why my children now hate me, that child may have to grow up find a way to detach the cord from that parent and start to do this inner work to free themselves of that baggage and realize you didn't create that. That was someone else's creation forced down your lungs. Like my friend Franklin said, forcing it down their lungs. So what are these journal prompts? For a simple start, I'm going to give you 10 journal prompts to help you with your journaling, inner work, shadow work experience. What makes me feel the happiest? Ask yourself the question. Don't second guess whatever comes to you. Take your time and write it down. I recommend that you answer one question per day. If you can do more, that's great, but I really think you should give yourself the permission to just stew on that question and get all the answers out. Question. Why do I have issues with trust? Third question. Do I trust myself? Fourth question. How worthy do I honestly believe I am? How worthy do I honestly believe I am? Do I project certain aspects of myself onto other people? Number 6. Have I forgiven myself? Number 7. What makes me really angry and why? What is it that makes me sad? Number 9. Would I describe my childhood as happy? And number 10. How do I react when something does not turn out the way it should? And here are 10 journal prompts. I hope we can start with these. Journal prompts are courtesy of shadowbook.com. You can go to that website and see how many other prompts she had that this website has available. I encourage you to at least put aside a week or 10 days and be consistent, and whatever you find, whatever answer or conclusion you come to, meditate on that answer to further give you insight into your own behavior so that you can undo that behavior. Because guess what? Life will test you again. I show a lot of empathy for my brothers and sisters that always say things like don't judge. Guess what? Just because you say don't judge doesn't mean life will not judge you. Life is judging you at every minute. What matters is how do you respond. Saying no, don't judge, it's not gonna work. You will be judged, period. In fact, you judge yourself. And this is what this is, taking the power and judging yourself and coming to the answer that works for you, that gives you power. Because people will judge you no matter how many times you preach don't judge. It's not gonna work. Okay. All right, I hope this has been helpful with your shadow work. Let me share in the comments how that's going. What insight are you getting? Is someone doing this to you? Are you doing it to yourself? Are you engaging in this relationship as a way to punish yourself? Do you feel guilty about something and you haven't dealt with it? Do you feel ashamed? You can share your responses, but hey, here's one more thing I would like you to do. Please like the videos so that the host websites will know that this is actually very useful information that can help people deal with the stresses and anger and depression that a lot of people are facing right now. Also share the video, it's free. You might actually save someone's life by sharing this information. There are people out there that don't know that this is a thing they can do to help themselves. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.